This right here is Merritt. He's 20 years old, jacked, and completely broke. But that's not gonna change today. Why, you may ask? Because I just flew him out from Nebraska to Miami on a first-class flight to teach him how to get rich in less than 48 hours. And well, here's what happened.
Hell yeah.
You got baby.
Yeah, we going home rich, baby.
And I'm making this video because everyone thinks it's so hard to make money nowadays, which, yeah, if you're stuck to the regular constraints of reality, then of course it is hard to make money. But if you can understand how to leverage your time by using social media, it's so insanely simple to make money.
Merritt! What's going on, dude? Oh shit. I was looking big. Holy shit, dude.
Okay, we meet.
You got a big ass suitcase. Fuck.
What's going on, G?
How are you, bro?
What's going on? You ready to make some money?
Hell yeah.
So the first thing I got him to do in the first couple hours of this challenge was to post his morning wake-up push-ups on his story. Now that's not something that he actually does. He doesn't go do push-ups. But I said, yo, drop down, do some push-ups on my balcony. We're gonna record a video and you're gonna post it online. Now, what I was trying to get him to do is just start posting what he's doing throughout his day online, or especially I should say on his Instagram stories, each and every single moment of the day.
Wake up, soldier! Let's go! Let's make some money!
Let's do
Yeah! You boy ready to make some money?
Yep, I'm ready.
Let's get it, man.
Let's go.
Money don't wait, money don't sleep. Let's go.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is 7 a.m. and you know what you got to do when you wake up in the morning as a fitness coach? You got to drop down and do push-ups for your story to show people you're up early and that you're getting after that. No, but on a serious note, hang on, let's get the clip.
Oh, you want me to wait?
Hold on. Drop it down again. There we go. Yep. All right, push-ups recorded. Time to throw on a story to start off the story flow for the day. The story flow is most important if you want to make money as an online coach, because you got to be showing up for people in your free content so they know that you'll show up in your paid content. And if you show up for people a little bit each and every single day, you inspire them, you show up for them, right? Then you are that pillar of guidance and strength and discipline for other people who need that. And that's why you got to show up every single day inside your stories. So let's get the story post up. Yeah, pick out a good sound. Nah, get something motivational up in there. Get that bitch up there. And we're gonna start cooking.
Let's do it.
Gonna start cooking. Your Instagram stories is gonna be like your reality TV show. It's just where you wanna document your day-to-day life so people just see what you're doing, but they also start to see you in a coaching frame. Well, Merritt, the results, they're not looking good. Well, you have a case of what we're calling broke bodybuilder syndrome.
Okay, what's that? What's broke bodybuilder syndrome?
Well, the way broke bodybuilder syndrome work is the reason you guys, right, us guys, get in amazing shape, get jacked, hit the gym each and every single day, and really are just obsessive about our personal development is because we have this deep sense of like we're lacking something, right? So even when we achieve a high level of personal development, like a higher level than a majority of 99% of men will ever achieve, we still don't feel like enough. And so we don't ever come to the marketplace with an offer that can make us thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, which, you know, to be quite honest with you, if we, you know, get the right remedy for this syndrome you're struggling with, you're sitting on top of thousands of dollars.
Okay, is there a fix?
So what I'm going to prescribe to you is at least one session of getting clarity in your offer so you can actually have confidence in selling it to people, because we don't want this broke bodybuilder syndrome to persist. The longer it persists, the worse it gets.
Give it to me, Doc.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put in an order for one session of getting clarity in your offer for you, and you'll be good to go.
All right, let's get to it, bro.
Now, I'll be completely honest, I've been fitness coaching Merritt, like I said, for 7 months, and he's known that I help people scale their personal brand and start their online coaching business, and he hasn't really even asked about it at all or really taken like that much advice I've given him. Like since he joined on, I just told him to start like posting online here and there throughout his transformation. And so I knew the first thing we had to do inside of this 48-hour challenge was just get clarity in his offer. And what his offer specifically is, if you actually want to extrapolate what an offer means, all it simply is like, what are your past struggles? What are the past experiences you've been through? What are like the fuck this events that you've been through where it was like the pivotal changing points of your life? What have you done to make the transformation, like move away from those pains? And then also, what have you worked towards? Like, what have you achieved, right? So what goals have you achieved, or what goals are you going to achieve? And also, what is your direction in life? We have to fully understand those three parts, right? What is pain? What is your clear process of results? So what have you done to make a transformation? And also, what have you achieved? And also, where are you heading now? That is what really embodies an offer. You know, you can look at some people, for example, like a Wes Watson. He doesn't really have an offer. Like he sells fitness coaching and he sells like mentorship, but there's no specific offer. Each piece of content is a different offer. You know, he's got one piece of content talking about this one story and what he did to overcome his vices and addictions. Then he has another piece of content talking about, you know, get rich, get jacked, get woman and stuff like that. All of those different pieces of content creates his offer. And so we sat down with Merritt to identify his offer, which is a really good practice. Yes, you want to have a headline. Yes, you want to understand the struggles and desires of your ICP, which once again is literally just your past struggles and what you've currently achieved, and figure out all these, you know, things to really build up your offer. But most importantly, what we were doing there is self-reflecting on his past. Because the people who are going to be most applicable for your coaching are going to be the people a couple steps behind you. And so the deeper you understand yourself, the deeper you understand other people. And the better you can actually create content to effectively communicate your offer to others. And what that simply means is just helping them understand that you know how to guide them through their struggles and help them move away from pain and move towards pleasure in life. So we sat down with Merritt and had a whiteboard session, and this is what we came up with. All right, Merritt, welcome to your first session of getting clarity in your offer. Now, I like to start these sessions off with asking you the question, why haven't you sold any fitness coaching? You're in amazing shape, you got 5,000 followers. Why are you still broke?
Not clear on what to do, man.
Not clear?
Not clear.
Okay, well, if I came to you and I said, hey, fitness coach me, what would you tell me?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
Not sure.
So it looks like you're lacking clarity in your offer. Now, do you know what an offer is?
Not really, no.
Okay. Well, when it comes to coaching, your offer is how are you going to help somebody transform, right? This is the big promise you are promising people, and this is especially how you attach a high price tag, you know, sell high to get coaching and get paid handsomely for your coaching, you know? It's like people can come to you and you can be their accountability partner for like $200 to $300 a month, but I mean, is that good enough? It's all right, but we want more, right? Right, so we need clarity and an offer. Now, your offer is as simple as this. I just want you to combine the transformation you have made with also, you know, your top performing content. What do people like most from you in your content is the biggest thing. So tell us a bit about your transformation exactly, and especially how your self-identity has changed. You mentioned a breakup earlier.
Yes, sir.
Right, but if you can condense down your transformation, what would you title it?
I would probably title it, it's a good question, man.
Yeah.
How to become as different as possible.
As different as possible.
Right.
Okay, so if I said to you, I'm going to help you become different, does that get your brain kind of tingling? Like, you know, I want to buy into that.
To other people, probably not. They're probably like, okay, what's different mean to you?
What does that mean? Right. So you want the offer headline to really clearly state exactly how you help people out. For example, mine was, I help you build a Greek god physique even if you have bad genetics. Now, do you feel like you're somebody who maybe had bad genetics in the past? Like, did you ever look at yourself in the mirror like, you know, I kind of don't have the best genetics?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So if I told you I can build you a Greek god physique even with bad genetics, wouldn't that get you enticed?
Absolutely.
Exactly. So what was your biggest struggle before you transformed? Like, what was that limiting belief that you had?
I always, like, obviously wanted to become one of the guys I looked up to, but I just wasn't clear on how to go on the right steps, you know?
Okay.
How to take the right action.
Okay.
As in eating right, proper training. So as you saw before, my training, even my form was not the best. You know, and just with little tweaks like that, nailing my diet, it obviously helped me out, and I feel like I could do the same for others.
Okay. So you have found clarity and direction in your life.
Right, absolutely.
Right. So you're going to help men become different and achieve the best version of themselves.
Right.
All right, so now that we got the headline down, the initial headline, I'm going to use my 6-figure offer creation guide from inside PR Accelerator to actually really build up the offer. So the first step inside of all of this is to get clear on your offer's core identity, right? Our core identity is helping men become different and build a Greek god physique. That's the biggest thing. But now we got to outline the struggles of the ideal client profile that we want to attract and the desires or what they crave in life as well, right? So that we know how to actually speak to these people who want to become different and build a Greek god physique and make content for them. Step 2 of this is creating a clear process to results. So we're actually gonna clearly define what we gotta do, throughout this, let's say, 6-month transformation to become different and build a Greek god physique, and give it a name is the biggest thing. So define the promise and define the clear process to results. Because if you can't clearly tell people how you're gonna help them transform, then how are they gonna believe in your ability to help them out is the biggest thing. Right? Then we'll define the deliverables and the delivery system, and then we'll go ahead and build it out and get that set up. We need to define the struggles of the ICP and what they crave / what they desire. Now, to make this simple, we just have to ask you, what did you used to struggle with, and what do you crave and desire in life? That's the biggest thing. So now this is most important, because if you're gonna coach somebody, right, you have to identify what struggles are you helping them move away from, and what desires are you helping them move towards. Right, so they can clearly understand what are they going to get out of your coaching. Yeah, they're going to get in better shape, but the biggest thing is, how is their self-identity going to change? Because people buy into a self-identity shift. People buy into the vacation, not the coaching. What are some struggles that you used to experience before you got in shape? When you were looking like a soy boy? What was going on?
I'd say it's definitely like partying on the weekends.
Okay, so what would we describe partying as, though, is the biggest question?
Drinking, going out with the boys, just
So purposeless.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. That defines that. What else?
say like I always needed what's the word I'm looking for here?
Validation?
Yeah, validation and reassurance all the time.
Okay.
Just never felt like enough.
Okay. So we got purposeless and seeking validation externally. What else do you feel like you were struggling with? Let's come up with a couple more.
Like I would say like it's not following a diet, man. Eating whatever, whenever.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, but how was that struggle for you at the time?
Just because I wasn't in the shape I wanted to be in. But like before I knew what it took, obviously like I would try and follow macros throughout the week. The weekends came, I would tank it.
Okay.
I'd go out and be like, oh, I made it to Friday night, Saturday night. I can go out and eat whatever. You know what I mean?
So I would describe that as what, like a lack of accountability?
There you go, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else you feel like it was a big struggle?
It's probably the three main.
Good ones?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Now, what did you desire? What do you currently desire? What have you achieved? And also, what did you desire back then? What have always been your biggest desires in life?
So obviously I've always looked up to bodybuilders, like I always wanted to be like one of them. And so right now I want to become, my biggest desire is becoming a pro in bodybuilding. And I know that takes a lot physically and mentally, but knowing what I know now, I feel like I can achieve that.
Okay. So that's a desire to achieve a high level of basically personal development. It's also like status. You just want to achieve and conquer something is the best way to put it. Right?
Right.
Does that sound about right?
Yeah.
But why is that a desire? If you can dig deeper down, ask yourself why.
So actually it's funny, like you mentioned before, I've sat in my room and just asked myself why. Why do I want that? And I feel like the biggest thing is because not many people have it, right? Not many people can achieve a pro card. And I feel like me with hiring you, I definitely can achieve it, especially now after my first show. I know what it takes. It's not easy, as you know. That's something my mind's like, I know I can do. I just got to keep going day after day. And so that's pretty much why I just want it, man.
Okay, but the biggest thing is, let's say this, visualize yourself achieving that pro card. Visualize yourself on that day. Maybe it's in a year or two from now. What do you feel on that day?
If I get it?
Yeah, what happens to you to that? What do you gain?
I'd say like the process, man.
Okay.
Like throughout my last prep, it was honestly like, yeah, it felt good to go on stage and win, but it was the process leading to it, The process, that's something that no one understands. It's like, It's a journey.
Right. So that to me is, if you want to summarize it, finding purpose, or just purpose if you want to summarize that, but a deep sense of fulfillment is the biggest thing, right? You mentioned the process. So you want to live your life by this process, and the goal will get you to actually stick to the process, but the process is what makes you feel a deep sense of fulfillment each and every single day, right? So that actually flips this struggle on its back, right? So purposeless, now we're finding purpose.
Right.
And what was the other part? A deep sense of fulfillment every single day. So, okay. Well, we got a purpose and deep sense of fulfillment each day. What else do you feel like you're kind of working towards in life at the moment? What else does this bring? All right. What other desires do you have?
Yeah, so I really would like to build up my social media. And just because, like, even just like, I would like to help other people out where I once was, you know, like as you did for me. Like I found you online and you changed my life. And so I'd like to be able to do the same thing for others.
Yeah, that stems back to purpose, deep sense of fulfillment. We need to think about some other desires. So here's the thing. The reason a lot of people struggle in life in terms of they're having addictions, they're going out, right? They're just chasing the wrong things is because they're working towards desires they have, but they're taking the wrong actions, if that makes sense.
Right.
So everyone has kind of this void and they're always trying to chase something, but they kind of fill that void or chase the wrong thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? So what were the wrong things you were chasing in those moments?
So I'd say one of the biggest things, honestly, is just, I want to say, like, cutting out some of my friends. And not because they did anything wrong, but we just didn't have the same plan in life, you know, and they still go out, drink on the weekends and stuff like that. And so I just kind of cut them off in a sense, man. And it's not because they did anything wrong. It's just we don't have the same plan in life. And I know if I want to achieve what I want in life, I gotta stick to the plan, man.
Okay. So that to me is like confidence in living your own life, pretty much.
Right.
And it sounds super simple. It doesn't sound like a big desire people have, but a lot of people, they don't have confidence in just living their own life.
Right.
They just live by like others or society's rules. They kind of just follow a path, and even though deep down they're like, I don't like this, they still just do it.
Right.
Right. But if you can give the people power to have confidence to just live their own life, that's powerful. We'll fill in the rest right here. So I like to flip struggles on their back. Right? If you can really understand your struggles through self-reflection and you just flip those struggles on its back, then you understand also what you're chasing. So if you're seeking validation externally, then your desire is to actually seek validation internally.
Right.
So seeking validation through your process. Right? Actually, that again comes back to a deep sense of fulfillment, but find your worth in your actions is the way I like to describe it. In your daily routine. So finding validation in your daily routine sounds super simple, but even from my own experience, the reason I would go out on the weekends and do stuff that I didn't like is because my daily routine didn't give me validation. The reason I would scroll online, Snapchat random girls that I didn't want to Snapchat is because I didn't have validation for my own daily routine. My daily routine didn't make me feel fulfilled. The way I lived my life didn't make me feel fulfilled. Right? And so you're chasing fulfillment somewhere else. But if you can find fulfillment in your daily routine, that's powerful, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So we got a couple of good things right here. And of course, desires is going to be, you know, build a Greek god physique. All right, now the second step to getting clear in your offer is to create a clear process to results. This is just clearly identifying what are the steps, phases, or pillars of this transformation. So for the past 7, 8-ish months, you've transformed your life. You've gone from a soy boy to a Greek god physique, and you've changed on a deep level. Now, can you identify 3 or 4 pivotal things that happened throughout that journey? Just name them off. I want to see what you got to say.
Mentally, I think that's the most important. I've not only changed my body, but I've changed mentally. You know, I was just this heartbroken, depressed man, and you know, I stuck to something. I stuck to the prep, and that gave me a focus and a vision on what I want. And so that's when I cut out the bullshit, you know?
Okay.
So.
Okay, so before you reached out and got coaching, what was going on there? What was that pivotal moment?
Right, so before, I was still hitting the gym, but again, I wasn't sticking to a diet, really. I was just kind of eating whatever. Mentally, again, I was just depressed and lost because at that point, you know, it was, okay, what do I want to do with my life, you know? And then I reach out, hop on a call, and bro, it's wraps from there. I started the prep, man, started the journey, and yeah, I just started tracking my macros, and then mentally, it just transformed me throughout the process, I'd say, just through doing little steps like that and quit drinking and stuff like that.
So that to me is kind of like you got real with yourself.
Right.
It's like forever there was a calling of your conscience of like, hey, wake up, make a change. But you didn't listen to it for a long time.
Yeah.
And so the first step is just getting real with yourself.
Right.
Okay. Now you get real with yourself, and pretty much that just means like, hey, sit down with yourself and actually realize that your conscience has been telling you you're living out of alignment through these negative emotions such as depression, anxiety, and whatever that may be. Right? And listen to that and realize you got to make a change. Right? You can no longer instantly gratify those negative emotions through drinking, smoking, lustful behaviors, or whatever. You got to actually put a process in place that will help you become a man you admire, is the best way to put it. That's the way you want to describe it to people inside for content when you hop on a call with them. Now, after you get real with yourself, what do you think is step number 2?
Probably ask yourself, like we talked about, why?
Why?
Yeah.
Okay. What comes before why, though? I feel like why is the second part.
You tell me, man.
I feel like it'd be like what? What do you want?
What do you want?
Yeah, because before you hopped on the call, I'm sure there was a goal you had in mind, right?
Yeah.
So get clear on where you want to go in life.
Yeah.
Okay. Get real with yourself. Number 2, what word do you want to use? What one do you feel like best? Goals, trajectory, direction.
I'd say direction.
Direction. Get clear on your. Okay, now we want to make sure the clear process of results still stems into becoming different and building a Greek god physique. All right, so we are gonna need something around fitness, nutrition. All right, these are some mindset things. But so I love this one statement. Okay, if you want to achieve anything in life, you must be, then you do, then you have. All right, so become the person first, and that's by getting real with yourself. And then getting clear on your direction, right? That's just a mindset shift you have to make. And then you must do the actions, and that comes through habits, having different habits than the majority of people.
Yep.
And then you have the outcome, which is a Greek god physique, right? Also tying into you gotta eat right, you gotta train right. So number 3, in my opinion, should all be about pretty much habits, right? Live different if you want different outcomes.
There you go.
How would you describe that? Once again, you said the story of you wanted to be different.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like back in my hometown, like I was saying, all my boys, some of them lift, but bro, they go to the gym every day. In 2 years, they'll never see a change. And that was me too. I never saw a change and then I reach out, we hop on a diet plan, and boom, we see a change, you know?
Right on.
And so that's what I feel like some people reach out because they're not sure how to follow a diet, how to train right.
So live different to become different.
Yeah.
Now we need one final step to this clear process to results, and that's going to solidify how do you help people achieve a Greek god physique is the best way to put it. So we got live different to become different, and that's where we can describe to people, hey, if you want different outcomes, you must live different. You know, so you guys probably heard that morning routine out there, live like that, and you probably are like, but you gotta actually put that different routine in place if you want different outcomes.
Right.
You gotta do what others aren't willing to do if you want to achieve different outcomes is the biggest thing. And then once you do that, okay, how do we achieve the Greek god physique?
Yeah.
What do you call that process, that system, that method?
I mean, because to me, like, a lot of people aren't willing to meal prep. They're not willing to eat the same chicken and rice meal 4 to 5 times a day, you know, every single day. They're not willing to go to the gym and train hard, you know, like they'll go in there, but they're not giving it 100%. I feel like you'll never get the outcome you want if you don't put in the work on anything.
We'll break it down like this. Number 4 is going to be building a Greek god physique. It's as simple as that, right? Because the clear process of results, all this is so we can make a call to action, maybe even make a video sales letter, but especially when you sit down on a call with a prospect and you go, look, okay, here's how I'm going to help you out. Here's exactly how we're going to differentiate you, set you on a different trajectory, right, to live a better life, but also build that Greek god physique. We're going to get real with yourself. We're going to get clear on your direction. We're going to live different to become different, and then we're going to build the Greek god physique. And what that entails is getting the right nutrition plans, the meal plans, those are the same thing, training programs, and all the plans you need to actually take the correct inputs to get the correct output.
Yeah.
And that makes sense to somebody. They're like, perfect, I get aligned, I live different, and I achieve different outcomes. So, perfect. So those are the 4 steps to his clear process of results now. Now, one thing we gotta nail for this too is we gotta give these clear process of results a name, right? So when I was helping people build a Greek god physique, even if they had bad genetics, I called it handsome PR, right? Because to me, building a Greek god physique was getting handsome. And PR to me means personal record. So achieving a personal record in every single area of your life. Now, to me, this right here sounds like it's got to have different inside of there, the different lifestyle.
There you go.
What do you think?
I love it.
Perfect. So we'll name that. Boom. Now we have the brains. Now we have the guts of what we need to put everything together. See, now that you understand what you're offering, how you're helping people move away from struggles and move towards desires with your offer, also how your offer works, and then the marketing angle you're going to have, the different lifestyle right there. Now we can go to his social media and we can implement all of this. Not only in his positioning on his social media profile, but also on his content and his call to actions, and especially on the sales calls with people, right? Because clarity in your offer equals confidence in buyers. But there's one last step to this right here. We actually have to put a price tag on it, all right? We have to package it all up. So, Merritt, how much do you think this transformation is worth right here? It's up to you. What do you think it's worth? What would you pay to make this transformation over the next 6 months? If you were right here at your struggles, if you were the Merritt 8 months ago, what would you pay in this moment, in that moment back then when you were struggling to achieve this right here? For this guidance, for this clarity?
Probably say like 1.5K.
1.5K?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's a bit low, but we can start there. I think this is worth a lot. If I was somebody struggling with this right here, if I clearly understood I was purposeless in life, I was seeking validation, I was lacking accountability, and I saw the trajectory that I would go towards in my future if I continue living this way, but then you came along and you said, look, I can help you achieve this right here over the next 6 months. This is how it works. And I fully understood it. I was clear on what to do. And it made me feel like for the first time in my life, I finally understood what to do to become the man I admire. I couldn't even put a price tag on that, honestly. Right. Because it's worth more than really what money's worth, honestly. Money all comes down to how much time are you saving somebody. Well, look, Merritt, this right here is a high value offer, but we'll start it off, okay? To get your first couple of sales, and we'll use this pricing model right here. This can be the best pricing model anyone can use inside of coaching, and also just starting out. It's gonna be 2 options. You give people 2 options. All these coaches, they got 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, whatever months. And if you're somebody who doesn't know how to make good decisions to get in shape, how are you gonna make good financial decisions? You don't know which option to pick. So we give them 2 options, and we really only give them 1. The other one is just kind of just to be there to incentivize them more to take the 1 option. Now, this transformation right here, it would take around 6 months.
Yeah.
All right, it'd take around 6 months, right? Now, if we just priced it at 6 months for like 1.5K, that's all right. But what if we had a 3-month option that was $1,000? Wouldn't it make the 6 month sound like such a better price? Like, oh, it's only $500 more for twice the amount of value.
Right.
All right, so we'll get those pricing options right there. So that's what we're gonna sell your high value transformation for right now. 3 months, it's gonna be $1,000. 6 months, it's gonna be $1,500. How many of these do you want to sell? A lot of them.
You're right.
All right, well, let's get to it. So now that we understand this, it's time to go work on your digital resume. Okay, start marketing all of this right here. As I always say, your personal development's number 1. Business is second. So you got to actually identify how the business helps people out, which is what we did right here. This is all you have to do. And then you got to bring that to social media so you can find people who will buy into your business, right? So let's set up your social media and start marketing. What do you say?
Let's do it, bro.
So after we got clarity in his offer, we went ahead and made a story flow call to action to post on Merritt's Instagram story to start getting inbound leads and to just start marketing his coaching. It was just 5 stories long, and we actually used the principles outlined inside of my free course. If you guys haven't gotten access to my free course, there's 7 days of content, and it's designed to help you sign your first high-ticket fitness coaching client in 7 days. There's a link down in the description that you can click on and get access to that free course, and this is the exact format we followed. It's down in there. But I'll run you through now the actual story flow call to action we came up with. If you want the deeper level breakdown, click on that free course down below, get access to it, and use it for your own benefit. Just like honestly steal it and use it. It's helped dozens of people sign their first clients. All right, now that we got your offer built out and we understand what the business actually does, we got to bring that to social media right now. So this is how Merritt's Instagram currently looks. He's got a couple lines here. He goes, I answer all DMs, different, use code Merritt. And then he's got a link to EvoGen. Now to me, if I come and look at this profile, to me it just looks like a kind of like an influencer profile, kind of just like recreationally posting on there. And it doesn't really entice me or, really let me know that he's somebody who can lead me and help me out, right? So the first step to positioning yourself is gonna be doing the 3-line Instagram bio method. Called the perfect 3-line Instagram bio method because it's perfect. And you probably have seen this before. If not, you're living under a rock. But this is what all the fitness coaches do, and there's a reason, because it works. But it only works if you actually do it properly. So now that we have your offer headline, I help men become different and build a Greek god physique, that's going to be that first headline in your bio. So right now it says I answer all DMs. You know, that's great and all, but it's like most people don't know what to really, text you, ask you a question about if you just say that. Now, if you say I help people or help men become different and build a Greek god physique, if somebody gets that, and they get that through the content, or they get that through the story post, and they see that, and they're like, I help men become different and build a Greek god physique, and then they see right below that, like, DM me this keyword for one-on-one coaching, then they can kind of actually start to see, like, why they would DM you is the biggest thing. And that's how you get interested inbound leads, is they understand how you help them out, and they understand how to reach out to you. So your first line is going to be the offer headline right there. I help men become different and build a Greek god physique. The second line is going to be that DM keyword. So DM me different for one-on-one coaching. And the third line, well, we don't have a video sales right now. That's fine. So we can still just drive people to Evil Gen. But something we should get in place for you if you really want to convert these 5,000 followers is going to be a video sales letter. Now, we don't have enough time, the 48 hours, to make that video sales letter, which is fine. You don't need that. It definitely does help it out a whole bunch, but just by positioning yourself on Instagram, doing the CTAs, you get a lot of high intent inbound leads. So let's go through, edit your profile here. Edit profile will come inside of here. And line number 1 is gonna be I'll capitalize the beginning of every single letter, make yourself look professional. I help men. We wanna add a couple emojis here to spice it up. DM me, we'll go the little phone emoji, boom. People need visuals. I help men become different and build a Greek god physique. You get an emoji for this? Some of you think would be sick? A muscle, a sword.
Yes, I don't know.
I think the sword would be sick. You actually direct people down. Let them know where you're pointing them towards. Okay. Is that a good skin color?
Yeah, bro.
So now this actually has some personality going on here. We got the swords right there. I help men become different and build a Greek god physique. We get the boom, the phone emoji, DM me different for one-on-one coaching, and then we point right down to use code MERIT. You gotta direct people. If they just read use code MERIT and you don't direct them, like what the fuck do you mean there, right? So we got that down. Now it is time to curate a story flow. So we're gonna go through and map out your story flow here really quick, and then we'll showcase to you guys exactly what we have came up with. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we just posted the story call to action. Now, we followed the framework inside of my free course. If you guys aren't inside my free course, the link is down in the description. It's completely for free. It has everything you need to sign a high-ticket fitness coaching client. I'm talking 7 days of material, everything from finding your niche, posting content, doing call to actions, pricing your coaching, onboarding, fulfillment, literally everything. And if you can't sign a client with that free course, you're literally an idiot. Like, I'm sorry, but you're literally an idiot because it has everything you need. So it's down there. I don't want anything from you. It's free. If you do get inside of it, though, I just want you to take action, because that is the definition of learning, is a change in behavior. So that link is going to be down in the description to get inside this free course. But I pulled up day 3 of the course, and we have the market it module. So there's a couple things that come before day 3, but day 3 is all about marketing. And everything we did over there is also broken down inside the free course. And so we use the marketing framework to make a call to action. So step 1 to this is to relate to your audience on a deep level. And then step 2 is to dig into pain points. Your pain points. Talking about your pain points is going to help other people actually amplify their own pain points and be like, yeah, I relate to that and I feel that right now, right? We have to amplify pain points inside the audience. We do that best by sharing your own pain points, like getting real and getting vulnerable. Step 3 is to showcase your credibility and paint the outcome. So showcase why you're a credible source of information to look up to, and also paint the outcome that people are gonna get when you do step 4, which is call to action. Tell them to take an action. So we just spent the past 30 minutes putting this call to action together. I think it's 5 or 6 slides long, and we just uploaded it. So let's go through it. Mara, what do you think about it?
I love it, bro.
You love it? Good, man. Good. You think it's going to get you some leads?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Do you feel like we marketed yourself really well? Like marketing is just communication.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Perfect. So here's the story flow. First of all, we got the push-ups in the morning, of course. And then the first one is the before photo of Merritt right here, right? And the first step to this is to relate to your audience on a deep level. So he showed his skinny fat photo right here and goes, 6 months ago, I hated the man I saw in the mirror. Even though I was consistent in the gym and trying to eat clean every week, my results were embarrassing, which is exactly how you felt.
Absolutely.
When you're looking like that.
Right.
Right? That's what you mentioned when we were coming up with your offer right there. That was the struggles of himself, and that's going to be the struggles of his ideal client. Right? Because once again, coaching is most valuable to the people who are a couple steps behind you. Mm-hmm. So the next story we made is digging even deeper. So we had a photo of him when he was looking real fat in the face, right? And you were real lost in life, just doing some dumb shit. So this is where we're still relating to the audience, but now we're transitioning into step 2 of the story flow, which is digging into pain points. So he goes, and to keep it real, it wasn't just what I saw in the mirror that I hated. It was my mindset as well. So we're trying to amplify a viewer's pain point by talking about our own pains. Because a lot of people that look in the mirror, they don't like what they see. But a lot of people kind of just numb the person that they are that they don't like, right? So we want to open that up to them by sharing our own personal experience. I felt purposeless, which caused me to seek validation from things externally, like wasting time on the weekends with people I didn't even want to be around. That's exactly what you were doing. And again, part of the struggles that we wrote over there, purposeless, seeking validation externally. So we talked about that. Put it in his own personal story, because storytelling is everything.
Right.
And I found myself drinking and overeating to try to mask the deep feeling of unfulfillment. Once again, hitting that pain point that he had, that also his ICP is going to have. And even though I knew what I need to do, I lacked the accountability to do it. Once again, struggles, lacking accountability. Even though he knew what he needed to do. And everyone knows what they need to do, but most people just lack accountability. So we dug into the pain points by sharing your own story. Now the third part to this is his fuck this event. Now, this is a part of digging into pain points, but it doesn't specifically state that inside the free course. But I would say if you have a fuck this event, something that happened where everything changed, share it. Mine, it was getting cheated on. You've gotten cheated on. Also, this car wreck that he went through right here was a really pivotal moment in his life. So you want to think about a pivotal moment in your life, right? And you want to mention this after you, once again, relate to your audience and start digging into pain points, because then they're like, oh, they're invested, and they're like, what happened next? Boom, he gets in a rollover crash. All right, so he's saying, then one night everything changed. Me and my brother and my grandfather got into a rollover accident which almost took all of our lives that night. And this is when I realized how precious this one life God has given us is. And I realized I was taking it for granted by not living in alignment with the best version of myself each and every single day. Which that is some storytelling that can really hit the soul. Because I'm sure that's how you felt.
Right, absolutely.
You know? Yeah, you got into that, you're like, fuck, dude, our life isn't forever. Mm-hmm. And most people don't realize that. And that's why they stay stuck, and that's why they stay the same. So if you can amplify that pain point of you only have this one life, you can get people to get urgent and take action.
Yep.
So we shared that. Now we're going to move on to step 3 of the call to action inside that free course down in the description. And that's showcasing credibility and painting the outcome. So we're showcasing credibility on this slide right here, where he's starting to show his physique that has transformed now. He's got the 6-pack abs. He's looking shredded. He's looking handsome, tan-jacked handsome. And he goes, and then I came to the conclusion, if I wanted different outcomes in life, I needed different actions. I need to take different actions. Now, why did we use different? Because once again, our coaching is about different.
Yep.
So you want to kind of align your branding inside of call to actions as well, so everything just aligns. It's all packaged up nicely. All right, so I decided to hire a fitness coach, telling people exactly what he did to start making a transformation, right? Because if you want to be a successful fitness coach, you shouldn't be a salesman, you should be a guide. If you're just trying to sell people your coaching, no one's going to buy. But if you guide them by talking about your pain points, what you decided to do, and then what it did for you, then people who relate to your pain points will think to themselves, well, I'll just take that same action that this guy did because these are also the outcomes that I want. Mm-hmm. That's even why you bought fitness coaching from me.
Absolutely.
Because you're like, you relate to the story, and you're like, I want the same outcomes, right?
Absolutely.
Exactly. But now that you've made the transformation, you got to guide others. And over the next 6 months, my life has completely changed. Having direction in life with a clear plan to arrive at my destination gave me purpose and a deep sense of fulfillment each day when I laid my head down at night. Why do we say that? If we go over to the desires on the whiteboard once again, what his ICP craves is purpose and a deep sense of fulfillment. So we talked about that in the cap rating of the story. And I found validation in my daily routine, which made it easy to break off the bad habits that held me back. Once again, the desires of that ICP, confidence to live your own life. Find validation in your daily routine. So we're not exactly telling people what to do. We're sharing our story and being the guide to it all. So that was that story. And then we come to the story of him on stage right here, right? And this is once again, still part of step 3, showcase credibility and paint the outcome. And through this process of change in my life, I also ended up achieving a Greek god physique and decided to step on stage with it, which wasn't something I ever thought I had the confidence to do. But my daily process, my coach got me to live by, to live my life by, built deep confidence in my ability to show up. Now looking back, this has taught me every man needs to get in incredible shape once in his life. Not just to look good, but for what it does for your life and your self-identity deep down. So inside of this, we're focusing more, once again, on the self-identity shift versus just the physical change by saying, and through this process, my life changed. But I also ended up achieving a Greek god physique. To help people understand, more importantly, it's about what happens deep down, not just on the external. That's most important. And then also saying, I didn't think I had the confidence to do this. But once I changed my daily process, I found confidence, aligning inside of his viewer's mind that, hey, you may not have confidence to do certain actions right now, but if you make a change, if you start to act different, you may take different actions in the future because you have that confidence that you need to open up that ability to take the action, if that makes sense. All right, I'm sure at the very beginning of the coaching, you didn't feel like you'd have it on stage.
Right.
You didn't have that. No, but once you got in that shape, which requires the daily process, then you're like, fuck yeah, I'm the man. So that's the last part of step 3. This is the last slide. Then we go straight to the call to action right here. So that's step 4 inside of the market it is CTA, okay? So we do a transformation photo right here. And he goes, I've been so inspired by my own transformation, I can't hold this back anymore. Over the past 7 months, I've been working on something big. So we're creating hype. That's the biggest thing. People love when there's something new. They love when things get hyped up. If you just come in with a CTA that's like, hey, DM me for coaching, it's like, I've heard this shit so many times. But if it's got a lot of hype, it's like the first time, right, something big is happening, then your audience, it's new to your audience. And the more incentivized to actually reach out and join on something new. And if you're anything like me, if you're anything like who I used to be, and you want a clear roadmap to achieve purpose, fulfillment, and confidence to live your life different from the rest, and of course build a Greek god physique. So this is once again where we are repainting the picture of current and desired. That's a part of the actual breakdowns of these modules. And then step number 2 of this right here is tell them exactly how to reach out to you. So we go, DM me different and I'll help guide your transformation. So telling them exactly how to reach out to Merit to make a similar transformation. And then we incentivize them, right? So part number 3 of step 4 is tell them exactly what the reward is of reaching out. Like right now. And for the first 5 people who join this journey with me, will get a massive discount for being an action taker. So if you want to join this journey, you get a massive discount. Now, part of mentioning a discount is actually good because then it tells people it actually costs something. A lot of people, they get broke leads all the time. Why? Because people don't know it costs something. You got to tell them it costs something. So you get a massive discount. And then we say one last line here. Let's make this one life we have the best one we will live. Reminding them of that fuck this event where it's like life isn't forever. And if you're living this life right now, like make it the best one. You know this is what you should do, but you just got to fucking do it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make it happen. So that was the story flow. We just launched it. Now we're going to let the inbound DMs come in. We're going to go to the beach or do something fun while these inbound DMs come in and simply just text these people back while we're living our life, and we'll get some calls booked in for, probably tomorrow, and let's make some money.
Right, bro. Let's
All
do
right.
it.
What do you think? Do we think we can get some calls tomorrow?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah,
for
brother.
sure, bro.
Do you feel a lot more clear on actually what to do to generate leads online now? And how to actually help them out?
Yeah, bro. That's
Perfect.
process right there.
Let's go, baby.
Let's do it.
See you guys, it's that simple. All right, let's go have some fun. So a couple hours later after launching a story flow, we got an inbound DM from someone named Sherry. She reached out with his DM keyword and he got his first ever inbound DM. And he was fucking excited about it. All right, we just got back from dinner and I heard we got a reply.
Yeah.
Let's see what she say.
So I would like to be in better shape, eat better, lose some weight in my stomach area.
Okay. So let me get inside of here. I works like to be in better, eat better, and lose some weight in my stomach area. Okay, ask her this. Awesome. What have you been doing to achieve those goals?
Word.
Perfect. Keep it short, keep it sweet. All right, you want to pin her down? Hold on. You want to pin the prospect down, all right?
Yeah.
And be like, you want these goals, but you haven't been doing shit to achieve it? What are you talking about?
Right.
All right, or maybe they've been doing some things, but okay, how are those things working out? Not the best. Well, do you want an alternative option?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Bro.
Okay. Boys, I think it's like 8 o'clock. We're going to try to get this call booked in tonight.
Hell yeah.
Get you that sale tomorrow.
Right.
All right, we got to make it happen. We got what? 30 hours left in the challenge. So, got to make some money. Day run, marketing it, getting the DMs in. Tomorrow we're going to sell. Hopefully.
Right.
What do you think? Are you confident?
Yeah, I'm confident, bro. It'll happen.
Yeah, do we got any other DMs inside of there? Have you checked? Man, you got to scavenge inside of there, bro. This is money.
No, bro.
Well, you got
Nothing
people
else.
saying nice and stuff, bro.
Oh yeah, they said where you at. I said
Yeah,
Miami,
man.
nice.
Yeah, man. You gotta talk to all of them. Spark all the confidence. I'm
All
about
right,
to,
bro.
we're about to get up in your DMs, man. I'm gonna
Let's
make
do
some
it.
shit happen.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. All right, day 2 of the 48-hour challenge. We woke up, nothing major has happened. We shot out some Calendlies to some people. He got some more inbound DMs, and now it's Merritt's birthday. So we're gonna have a fun day. The first thing we did for the day is head out to a car show and give Merritt a little taste of the Miami lifestyle.
Every time I need the Heimlich, throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. When you're not around, when you throw that to the side. I get those goosebumps every time, yeah. 713 through the 281, yeah, I'm riding. Why they on me? Why they on me? I'm
And so as we were on a walk to CVS to get some energy drinks, we got a notification that Merritt got a call booked in with Sherry. That was the first inbound DM he got from that CTA.
Hell yeah, bro. We got fucking hour and a half.
No
bro.
way.
Yeah, at 2.
Bro, the woman. The fact that you got a woman to book in for the
Hell
first time
yeah,
is crazy.
bro.
Okay.
That's sick.
Sherry at 2. It's 12:30 right now. Fuck yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Dude, she ghosted last night, but hit us back up today. He shot through the Calendly.
Hell yeah.
She fucking booked in, dude.
I'm pumped, bro.
Oh yeah, we don't know if we were gonna be able to sell a woman, but sometimes they do pay. We got Ari ripping like 3.5K paid in fulls for majority of women, so you might be able to sell. Best people to sell to is woman. I'll be honest.
That's right.
I'll be honest, but we gotta run into the sales script now.
All right, let's
You
do
know how
it.
to sell?
Not yet. We're gonna find out.
You never done sales?
Not yet.
Oh yeah. Well, we gotta fire sales script. If you can read it line by line, you'll be good.
All
You
right.
just gotta read it line by line.
Perfect.
Okay, brother?
All right, let's do it.
All right, we just got energy drinks. He got the fucking call booked in. Let's fucking
Go, bro.
Let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
And now Merritt had his first call booked, but what that means is now we only have a couple of hours to train him on sales. And this is going to be a bitch to pull off, let me tell you that. See, Merritt knows nothing about sales. He's never had a sales job. He's never studied at all. He has absolutely zero clue on how to sell. But what I did is I sat him down with our badass high ticket sales blueprint. Now, once again, this stuff is all inside that free course in the link in the description. You can go in and grab it for yourself. Now, even though sales is pretty complicated, I knew as long as he would follow the 5 big questions and the closing framework, if he just followed it step by step like it was outlined, he had the best possible chance of actually closing a client. This is a sales framework I've refined over the past 2 years of online fitness coaching. I've tried many different sales frameworks out. Ever since I found this one, I've never moved off path with it. It is literally perfect. And I knew as long as he followed it step by step, he would close the deal. All right, ladies and gentlemen, or I should say Merritt, it's time to teach you how to sell.
Let's do it.
Okay, we're gonna pop up another module, another training document we have inside of that free course. Once again, I'll link that down in the description so you can actually get access to what we're about to run Merritt through. But this is all you need to sell, okay? It's simple. It's 5 different questions, and then there's a simple closing framework you gotta follow as well. And we're gonna run through it with Merritt a couple times here. We got the call in about, hour and 20 minutes. Okay, brother, so you gotta get your sales
get it
down in an
yeah.
hour and 20 minutes. So a couple things we gotta run over right here. The beginner's sales framework, sell with clarity, not pressure. Okay, first thing, we gotta shift our beliefs around sales. Because sales is simply just the transference of belief. That's all it is. If you can believe so much in yourself and in your coaching, you can transfer that belief to somebody through the screen, then that's when they actually send you money, right? What is money on a deep psychological level? It's value, it's time. Right, that's what it is. And so if you can transfer energy, then they will transfer their energy to you. So sales isn't about tricking somebody into giving you money. It's about helping help them get what they truly want, even if they can't see it yet. And if your offer can genuinely improve someone's life, it's your responsibility to guide them towards it. So first thing you gotta understand is the gap. So what the gap is every single prospect has a current situation and a desired situation. Right? So current situation is where they're at physically, mentally, spiritually, relationship-wise, financially-wise, like all these different ways. Like this is where they're currently at. And we have to fully understand that and fully flesh it out and get a good picture of it. Because generally their current situation, that's where the pain is. Okay? And everyone has a desired situation. Everyone has dreams. And most of these people, the only reason they don't achieve their dreams is because they don't have enough clarity on them exactly, and also what to do to get there. So first we gotta start building just the gap first off, because your coaching will eventually become the bridge. Right. And the larger the gap, the more valuable your coaching is. It's like if you saw a 1 foot crevice in front of you, you just walk over it. But if you saw where you wanted to go as 1,000 feet away, you'd be like, I need a bridge.
Right.
You know? And so that's when buying into the bridge is actually valuable. Is that making sense?
Yes, sir.
So your job on the call is to pretty much show how your product is the bridge that takes them from point A current to point B desired. It's as simple as that. And that's why you got to build the gap first so you understand where point A is and where point B is, so you can actually align your coaching as that bridge to it. Instead of just saying, hey, this is what my coaching is, you amplify certain aspects of your coaching, you tailor it specifically to them. Put it in their own language, in their own experiences, right? When you're talking about your process to them, so they're like, this is for me. You know, as Alex Hormozy, he said this really good once. The key to marketing, pretty much, the key to sales, is to have the ability to describe a prospect's current situation or pretty much the problems and struggles in their own words and their own experiences, right? If you can really speak your prospect's language, then that's when they're like, that's for me. You know, that's when you're really speaking their language and they like and trust you and they want to buy your shit. Keep the report building short, okay? Don't be the guy who's for 3 minutes, hey, you know, Sherry or whatever, Shelby, where are you from, right? Tell me about yourself. How's your day going? No one cares. We're here to get business done. And she has to see you in a coaching light. So a coach, most people want a coach that has no bullshit, you know? Yeah. A no bullshit way of just life. And so if you're kind of bullshitting around before you get into the call, it's like, that's that initial impression. You just want to get straight into it. So, what was her name? Sherry?
Sherry. Yeah.
Sherry, right. So when you get the call, hey Sherry, how's it going? Good, awesome. Usually they don't have their camera on because they don't know how to work Zoom. So you say, can you get your camera on for me really quick? Okay, perfect. Get the camera on. Okay, let's jump right into the call. I got a little bit of time today. We always say I got a little bit of time so they don't waste your time.
Right.
Okay, you don't want to be on here for hours, so we want to get it done quick. Here's how the call is going to work. I want to get to know a little bit about you and also where you want to go inside of my coaching. If I believe I can help you out after going over all that, then we'll talk about what we can do. If I don't, I'll still point you in the right direction. Does that sound cool? So that right there, that was setting the frame.
Yep.
And as soon as you get a prospect to agree to your frame by saying yes, that's when you're in control. So you're gonna grab the frame right away, and then what you're gonna wanna do, jump right into what is your motivation with hopping on the call with me today. I talk to a lot of people every single day, but very few people actually booking a call with me. I'm curious, what was your motivation for actually hopping on today? All right? First off, saying that, hey, you've taken a step that most people won't take. But second off, tell me about why you actually booked in. So I always like to say that way, what was your motivation for hopping on the call with me today? Okay? And then she will start to tell you, or he will start to tell you their current situation. Right? Why did I hop on? Because I'm out of shape, I don't love my physique, I've been trying, I've been consistent, not getting results, whatever it may be. And they'll typically give you like a short answer, right? Now, once they give you a short answer, what do you think they do? What do you think you should do? If I just say, I want to get in good shape. It's a pretty good one. Right, exactly. So just get in good shape. Well, no shit. No shit, you want to get in good shape. Well, what is that to you specifically? Yeah. Right? You got to get specific. So I want you to understand this. Everyone needs to understand this. To be a good salesman, you are a professional question asker. Your only job in the call is just to ask questions, nothing else.
Okay.
Tell me why. Okay, well, how would getting in shape impact you? Oh, so you think it would make you a better father or wife or a better boyfriend or girlfriend or a better entrepreneur? Okay, well, tell me why. Mm-hmm. You're digging deeper and deeper and deeper till you really can't dig anymore, right? And then you fully understand the situation, and also you're the first person in their life who has ever really broken down and really helped them get super clear in life. Because again, rarely often do people ever sit around for an hour and just ask themselves questions. So if you're the first person to do that and helps them to get clarity, then what ends up happening is they see you as someone really valuable, someone they want to be around more, right? So you got to showcase your ability to coach people on that first call so they actually buy in and they want more. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So you're going to want to discover their goals next. So once you find out their current situation, okay, Merritt, this takes 10 to 15 minutes typically, and you want to dig it fully down. Once you feel like, okay, I have a good picture of what this person is struggling with, not only physically, but also mentally, right? Then you go, okay, well, tell me, where do you want to be in 3 to 6 months from now exactly? Just give it to me. Tell me what your goals are like. Paint to me your dreams here. Really hype them up, okay? Really get them to believe inside of themselves. That's the biggest thing. Because a large reason why most people don't buy into coaching is because they just don't believe inside themselves.
Yep.
And so it's also part of your job to get them to start believing inside themselves. Tell me exactly where you want it. Like, what's your dream outcome? Because we can make it happen. Mm-hmm. That right there is belief. And once again, sales is the transference of belief. So we'll dig into their goals. Once we fully understand that and we're fully clear on what they want to achieve, then we go into question number 3, which is, okay, what is stopping you from doing this on your own? So once you understand where they're at and where they want to go, you simply just hit the question, well, what is stopping you from doing this on your own? Take a wild guess. Why do you think we asked that question?
Because most people don't, well, I don't know.
You don't know?
Want to do it on their own?
Okay.
Well, I don't know. For me, when I booked in, I just didn't know how. Mm-hmm. Pretty much,
You didn't know how, exactly.
Yeah.
So you got to get them to admit that they don't know how.
Gotcha.
Because if they're on the call and they fully see where they're at and they fully see where they want to go, and you say, well, what's stopping you? And they go, I don't know how. Well, if you're the person with the solution, then you're the only way out of pain and the only way towards pleasure. On the sales call, okay, you want to get them to a point to realize you are the only answer to achieve their goals, which is quite honestly the truth. We're not lying to these people.
Right.
You're not lying.
No.
But typically, you're the only fucking answer to help this person out. Mm-hmm. If not, what are they going to continue doing? Complaining, procrastinating, watching TikTok videos, not actually making a change. And so it's important to actually be that person to ask the right questions on the call. So what's stopping you? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I can help you out. But you got to admit to yourself that you don't know what the fuck you're doing and do something about that. So we get them to admit their struggles. And then the fourth question, this question is all about creating urgency, okay? All about creating urgency. It's really important to get the prospect urgent enough to make a change today, because most people, they put change off, right?
Right.
Would you agree? So the way we do that is we ask them, well, what happens if we don't make this happen, right? What happens if you don't make that change, Sherry? What's going to happen? And then that gets the prospect to start to think, well, I'm going to be exactly the same, right? And nobody wants to be exactly the same.
Right.
So we got to always ask that question, what happens if we don't make this change? And it's different for every single prospect. Some people have big pains they're running away from, it, big goals they're running towards. Some people have strong whys. Mm-hmm. Some people don't at the end of the day. But it's really important to ask this question to start creating urgency. After we ask that and we get them to admit what happens if they don't make this change, then we ask the question, well, why now? Okay, well, why do you think right now is a good time to hire a fitness coach? Why do you think we ask this question?
To get them to admit that they need help,
You're getting
right
there.
now.
You're getting there, all right? So that question is all about getting somebody to sell themselves on you, all right? You don't want to be selling the prospect. You want the prospect to sell themselves on you. Why they need you. Okay, so tell me, Sherry, why now? Why hire a fitness coach today? And you want to say it like that. Why hire a fitness coach today? Well, that's a good question. Why now? I think right now is the perfect time. I've been putting it off forever and ever, and this is what typically people say, right? And then guess what? Now you have a bunch of ammo at the very end when you're closing. So if they say, I don't know, let me think about it, let me blah, blah, blah. Well, you said that you want to kill your procrastination.
Right.
And don't you think you're procrastinating right now, right?
There you go, yeah.
You said you think starting today is the best option for you because you just need to have that accountability to finally stick to what you know you have to stick to. And there we're not inflicting pain on the prospect. We're simply just using what they said against them to get them to take action. Sales is also about coaching, right? If you want to be a high value coach, then you have to showcase your coaching abilities inside of your sales. So again, ask them the right questions. So we ask them why now, and then that's when the sale is done. Those are the 5 questions. We gotta grab a piece of paper, we gotta write this down. Boom, those are the 5 questions to do a sale, okay? What is your motivation for hopping on the call? What are your goals? What's stopping you exactly? What happens if you don't make this change, and then why now? Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You feel confident in those 5?
Yep.
Okay, now that doesn't mean you get a sale, okay? That is sales done, but there's a different aspect to this, and that's called closing. Closing is way different than sales. Sales is just getting people to pretty much see that, yeah, this is the right thing for them to do, if that makes sense, okay? Closing is actually getting that person to take action, is the best way to put it, right? So if we move down into the closing framework, here's the step-by-step closing game plan. Once again, we are going off of what is inside of that free course, link down in the description, and we have 7 things we have to go over here. So closing is always more important than sales. Sales is pretty easy if people like and trust you. Closing is completely different, especially for fitness coaching. So this is really important to understand, okay? So once the sale is done, you sit there and you go, okay, this looks good and all, and then we move to number 1. Tell the prospect they are a perfect fit for your coaching and why. So you have to validate the prospect because they see you as the authority figure, and if you say, well, I think you're a perfect fit and I know I can help you out, right? That's that belief right there. Once again, sales is transferring belief. So you go, okay, sure, I think you're a perfect fit for my coaching. Not just because, and this is the black magic of it all, not just because you want to lose 10 to 15% of your body fat or something like that or get in shape, but because on a deeper level, you want to build deep level of confidence. You want to, if you look at our struggles and desires over there, they wrote for ICP, right? You need accountability inside of your life. You want to feel purposeful. You want to lay your head down on the pillow at night and feel like you did something good for yourself today. And those are all the reasons I started my coaching. I started my coaching because I used to be in a similar position like you, and I made that same exact transformation. And I want you to make that as well. Because the whole reason I started my coaching was because I'm so inspired by it. You see? So now we're not just saying you're a perfect fit because of the physical side, but because of the self-identity side. And that to them makes them think, again, this is exactly what I need. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay, after we tell the prospect you're a perfect fit, then we go into number 2, which is asking permission to present how you can help out the prospect. So this is where you're going to use your clear process to results right here. Okay, you're going to tell it to them, but you got to ask for permission to present it. So you go, prospect's name. For example, we got Sherry today. Okay, Sherry, can I tell you exactly how I'm going to help you achieve and state her goals again, X, Y, and Z? And she'll go, yeah, let's go, right? Always ask permission first, because if you just jump right into it, then it's, once again, like you're selling and you're not guiding them, okay? Always ask them if you can present whatever you're going to tell them. So typically they'll say yes. And then number 3, verbally tell them how your coaching will bridge the gap between current and desired, okay? Verbally tell them. You don't got to do a full slideshow or showcase your screen and all that because it'll overcomplicate it for them, right? People already are frustrated trying to get in shape. And so if you overcomplicate the process to them, then there's like, oh my God, there's so much going on here. So it's about creating cognitive ease. So making it sound so simple. So you're going to have your clear process of results. We're going to write this down so you can look at it on the call. And all I want to say is, okay, Sherry, here's how it's going to work. Okay, we got 4 steps to my coaching. And typically, this takes around 6 months. Because once again, you want to sell it under 6 months.
Right.
So pre-frame her mind to let her know, or the prospect know, that this is probably going to take 6 months to go through my process and my coaching. So number 1, we got to tell yourself the truth. Right? And what that means, describe what it means. And put it in her own language. Number 2, we got to, get directional in life. All right, so we gotta set specific goals and we gotta create processes to achieve those goals. Right, so if you want to lose 15% of your body fat, you need a nutrition plan, a meal plan, or those are the same thing, a training program, a step plan, a cardio plan to get you there. And that's what I'm gonna help you out with. And then part number 3 of my coaching is you gotta live different to become different. And what that means, Mr. or Mrs. Prospect, is if you want different outcomes than most people, we gotta take different actions. So it may be uncomfortable for you to wake up a bit early and maybe meal prep your meals because maybe it's not what everyone else is doing. But you hopped on the call because you want different outcomes than you're currently getting. and also from what the majority of people are getting, because you see where the majority of people end up with health problems in their 70s, heart attacks, passing away early. You gotta scare them with all those things. This is what will happen if you don't make that change. So you gotta live different. Are you cool if we do that? You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure they're agreeing to the clear process to results. Does that make sense? Can we make that happen? And then number 4 is gonna be building a Greek god physique. We got a woman prospect, so yeah, we're gonna build a Greek god physique, and I get that you're not a woman, that you're not a man, but we're still gonna build you a beautiful physique. Say that, we're gonna build you a beautiful physique. So the way that works is you're gonna get custom meal plans, custom training programs, cardio and steps all outlined for you, and they're gonna fit right into your lifestyle, all right? So you're not gonna be putting in much more work, but you're gonna get a lot better results. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. That's all you have to do to present your clear process to results and have them understand exactly how you're gonna help them bridge the gap from A all the way to B. And then we move on to number 5 of closing, which is ask for permission to proceed to the next step. I ask them, okay, so would you be opposed to getting started right now? Okay, so would you be opposed to getting started right now, Sherry? Does that sound good to you? And the reason you say that is because people don't like to create arguments, is the best way to put it. So if you say if you're opposed, or are you opposed to getting started right now, they're not going to say, yes, I'm opposed.
Right.
They're going to be like, no, I'm ready.
Right.
But if you say, let's see, what do some people say? Okay, well, let's get you onboarded right now. It kind of creates some hesitation. You know, once again, you want to be a guide for them. And then once they agree to actually getting started right now, then you just go over the next steps to getting onboarded. So this is right here what you say. Okay, so perfect. The next steps are picking out a program that fits you best. Then we'll quickly establish communications through iMessage and get you on board in around 10 minutes. Then you will have plans uploaded in 24 hours. Does that sound like a deal? Or can we make that happen right now on this call? Always state it that way. If you don't say, you know, can we make this happen today on the call right now, and just pretty much say, hey, we're gonna get you on board right now, then once again, if you price drop, then you can get the objection of, oh, do we have to get started on the call? And you wanna overcome every single objection before you price drop. There should be no objections. You shouldn't have to handle objections. If you're handling objections, you're doing it wrong. Gotcha. So you overcome every single objection before. And a big one is, oh, we have to get started on the call. I thought this was a consultation call or something like that. No, it's not. We're getting you started today. So we ask that right there. Typically say yeah and down, and then you go for the close. So you're gonna pitch your options with confidence. Now, Mara, I know we initially wrote down that you wanna sell your 3 months for 1K and your 6 months for 1.5, but I would recommend that you go for 3 months at 2K and 6 at 3K. I really think you can do it. She inbounded, she's hot. I would pitch 2K and 3K. That's the best place to sell your coaching at, and it's actually really affordable for a lot of people, right? It's only $500 a month, which is a pretty good price to sell your coaching at, for you to make a lot of money, but also for the client to actually be able to afford it, and also create enough emotional investment to actually stick to it. If you're selling your coaching cheap, you're just doing your clients dirty, honestly.
Right.
So that's the sales, that's the closing framework right there. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You feel confident in it?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I'll write out the rest of the questions here so you have the game plan for when you hop on the call. Simple as that. Ask those 5 questions, follow that closing framework right there, pitch your options with confidence, and pray for the best.
Right,
Pray for the best, brother. Once again, sales is the transference of belief. So I need you to believe in your shit so much. Okay, brother?
Let's do it.
I'm gonna get you some money.
Hell yeah.
All right. T-minus 1 hour until we hop on the call with Sherry. So let's make this shit happen.
Let's go.
Okay, brother?
Let's do it.
Okay, so it's almost 2 o'clock. We got Merritt set up on the computer over here. We're about to hop on with Sherry. We got him set up on the computer to do this, the whole setup. We got the nice mic, the nice camera, and we got his notes ready to go. We're gonna hop on in a couple minutes, and you ready?
Let's do it, bro.
You sure?
I'm pumped.
I can sense a little bit of nervousness.
I know, a little bit.
Okay.
We'll get it done.
Okay.
Okay, so here's how the call's gonna go. First off, I want to know a little bit about you and, what made you decide to book in with me today?
So I've been struggling with losing weight for a while now. And I saw your videos and they really inspired me to reach out to you.
I have a 3-month and a 6-month coaching program. The 3-month is going to be 2K and the 6-month is going to be 3K. Which one works best for you?
Yeah, I definitely think 6 months will work better for me. I just gotta think about it.
Oh, you gotta think about it? What's there to think about?
I just gotta run around my finances.
Okay. When do you think you can let me know by?
Probably in a few hours.
Okay. Can I get your number?
Yes.
Okay. I got your number, and I look forward to working with you and speaking with you soon.
Yeah, talk to you soon.
Thanks for your time, Sherry.
Thank you, Merritt.
How'd you feel about that?
Wish we could have closed the deal, man.
Yeah, she seemed interested. Like she liked it and all that, and you did a pretty decent job. You missed a couple things. We'll have to go over that, but she wants to buy it. What do you feel? You think she'll buy?
I hope, bro. I hope. Like, it feels good having the first call out there,
Yeah.
but it's like...
Yeah. How do you feel about the sale? You think you did all right?
I mean, there's room to improve for sure.
Okay.
But...
Okay. So here's the thing. We got her number now. We're gonna do a follow-up on her number. Okay. You're gonna follow up with her number. You're gonna send this. This is most important. Or if somebody doesn't close, shoot them a text right away, and just let them know kind of like next steps, and we'll try to get an answer out of her. I mean, she seems like she wants to buy, but I mean sometimes it is a lot, and sometimes people have to grow finances. But
Right.
that's the only call we got, dude.
I know. We
gotta
gotta make it happen, bro.
You got this, bro. Okay.
Right on.
You got this. Well, boys, it's not looking too bright. Your
Might go
48
home.
hours is almost up.
Like, go home broke, bro. We can't do that.
He heads home tomorrow at 9 a.m. So it's 2:45 now.
Yeah.
So we'll get it done. Let's do this follow-up text, and then maybe she'll close later. Sometimes it happens. So got a phone number, which is good. So really quick, we're gonna shoot up a follow-up message. So, hey Sherry, thanks for your time today. Let me know when you come to a decision. Sometimes they come through, okay? So we'll see if we can get a message. If she does, we'll shoot it with a Stripe ASAP, get her shoot it through. She said she would pay it in full, so yeah, boys. We'll let you know. We'll keep you up to date with what happens, but your pockets are looking skinny, dude.
I know, bro.
You gotta make this shit happen. It's a big challenge, but there's a lot of inbound DMs coming in. We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And it does take sometimes a couple of weeks to actually get people booked in and sold into coaching. There's something called a buying cycle. So it's like, it'd be quite a fucking, what do you want to call it? It'd be quite a magic trick if we could pull this off that quick.
It would.
But I mean, when we ran this free challenge, a couple of weeks ago. We actually got Gunner to sign a $1,400 paid in full client. These are the same frameworks that RAs applied to do like 10K in a week and shit like that. So you can make it happen if you really put a mind to it.
Yeah, bro.
So DM those people back, but we got to get ready to go on a boat. Okay, boys, so we're on a boat right now. We got some great news. Okay, so first off, we got this guy, Adam, okay? He's about to close for $600 for 3 months of coaching. He's a little bit younger. He's only 18. And then what's going on with Sherry over here? So she said, okay, Merritt, let's do it. And he goes, okay, perfect. Here's the checkout link. So 3K, we're still waiting for that to come through. That might come through soon. But yeah, you about to get a 600 and possibly a 3K.
That'd be sick.
That'd be
bro.
fucking sick. So that might shoot through anytime soon. Are you excited? Holy shit, bro. Dude, not shitting you. Hold on. We were just about to leave. Look at. Bro. Fucking Adam just shot one through, and then Sherry shot it through as well. Dude, let's fucking go, dude.
Hell yeah.
You got 3.52, baby. 3.6. Set the payment through. Let's go. How do you feel?
Yeah, we going home rich, baby.
Bro, holy shit. I got a video.
Yeah, Andrew. Check this out.
No.
He's not going back home to Arkansas. He's staying right fucking here in Miami.
Yes,
Rent's
sir.
already paid. Rent's already paid, buddy. You're good. Tell your mom you're not coming back home. Go give her a call right now.
Bro got his first 3K pin full. Let's go.
Go, dog. That's awesome. How do you feel?
That's awesome.
How do you
bro.
feel, bro?
It's lit. It's awesome. Fuck yeah.
More than this, it's awesome. Give me some more. It's life changing. It's more than awesome, bro.
That's right,
Just
bro.
make money online.
I know. Hell yeah. It's lit.
So what's next?
Keep going, bro. Gotta keep building.
keep building. Are you going back to Arkansas or are you going to stay here?
It's Nebraska, bro.
One of the fucking states that got nobody in it.
Whatever the fuck it is, were you making money online there or were you making money online here?
Here, bro.
Fuck yeah. Shit.
2 days out here and we're making money.
It's the Miami effect, boys.
Hell yeah, baby. Happy
bro.
fucking birthday.
Yeah.
And boom, baby, we fucking did it. $3,600 in less than 48 hours. Let's fucking go, dude. I was so ecstatic. So was Merritt. He was fucking lit up. Like, Miami changed his life. He sent me a text after he got home. He was like, bro, Miami was insane. When he first got there, he was like, yeah, Miami ain't for me. But then he got there, he's like, bro, this place is amazing. It truly is the land of achieving your dreams. But $3,600 came in, and now it was time to actually enjoy and celebrate his birthday on the boat. So let's get to the montage.
Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who? Yeah. OVO Sound 2025. Who's calling that shit?
Is it Stacy?
So after the boat, we got home and we had to onboard his new clients. We had to fulfill on our promise, so quickly I got Merritt set up. Once again, we just ran through the step-by-step guide inside the free course down below and, you know, set up the trainer eyes, set up the Notion dashboard, just set him up with everything he needs to start training his clients. And I threw him some freebies from inside our mentorship, like the client meal plan template, the weekly check-in form, the client assessment form, and then the PR Notion dashboard, which is a great place to manage all of your clients and give them their own personal dashboard to understand exactly what they must accomplish inside of your program to achieve success. So now it's time for Merritt to start training his first couple of clients. And it's pretty simple. The plans are important, but what's more important when it comes to training clients is literally just the accountability and the mindset. And that's what I made sure to tell him. I'm like, hey, meal plans matter, cardio matters, training programs matter, but what matters the most is just getting motherfuckers to actually do what they know they need to do. And well, you guys, that's how Merritt went from having less than a couple $100 in his bank account to making over $3,600 in less than 48 hours while enjoying his birthday and living it the fuck up in Miami. That's what it's all about, living a badass life. And it's all because he leveraged two things, and that's the physique he built and social media. If you can leverage those two things, then you can make a shit ton of money in a short amount of time. Because in my personal opinion, if you're in shape, your time isn't worth $15.50 an hour. It isn't even worth $30 an hour. In my personal opinion, your time is invaluable. You shouldn't put a price tag on your hour, honestly. Your time is the only finite thing you have in this life. Everything else is infinite but your time. And that's why I'm so passionate about this shit, because I just don't understand how people tolerate getting paid a chump amount of change per hour of their human existence. I get that. I've been there. I did that for 3 years before I ever made money online. But if you are somebody who is currently at a position and you aren't doing anything to change it, you need to ask yourself why. Because you should be grateful for this one life you have. And that's what we taught Merritt how to do in 40 hours. And he wasn't famous. He didn't have a whole bunch of followers. It's not like he was like Chris Bumstead either. Like, he was just a pretty average guy. He made a pretty decent transformation. But because he leveraged his physique and social media, he was able to learn how to make a shit ton of money in a short amount of time. But I will say, I think the reason we were able to pull this challenge off is because he had somebody guiding him through the entire process. Like somebody who's actually done it before and helped dozens of men do the same exact thing before. I think if I wasn't in the picture, he wouldn't have been able to pull it off, to be completely honest. And so once again, if you want to learn how you can do the same, results guaranteed, I'm going to leave a link down in the description where you can apply to work with me and my team one-on-one. And this is for all ranges of fitness coaches. If you want to scale to your first $10,000 month, that's for you. And if you also want to scale up to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 months, that's for you as well. Getting the boys set up?
Yes, sir.
Let's go, baby.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're getting the two clients set up right now. Looks like he's working on Adam's plan. So we shot him over a couple of things for onboarding clients, like the PR Notion dashboard, which is a place where you can organize clients, give them all their next steps, they can track their habits and stuff like that. The meal plan template, some client assessment forms, so weekly check-in templates, like everything you need to get the coaching business going, and we're getting that bad boy going.
Oh,
How do you feel, man? You excited?
Feels great, bro.
Yes, sir.
Feels great.
All right. There's that Notion right there. So this is gonna be pretty much Adam's dashboard. He's gonna have all the links for his setup, all of his next goals, his habit tracker, and stuff like that. Once again, this is from our PR Notion dashboard, the template, and that's where you can track all of the clients. But yeah, guys, it's super simple. You just set up a Trainerized account, get the client right inside of there. You can upload their meal plans, their training programs, and stuff like that. It's super simple, man. These people, they just need accountability and some plans inside of their life, and they'll get rolling. See? Easy fucking job.
Right.
Make some fucking cash,
Hell
upload
yeah.
some fucking plans, go hit the gym.
That's right.
All right. How do you feel so far, man?
Feels great.
Start
dude.
conquering more clients?
Yes, bro.
Did
Let's
that in
go.
only 48 hours, but now you know the steps, so.
That's right.
You gonna go conquer more when you fly home?
Yeah, bro. We're getting another one today.
How was your experience in Miami?
It was great. It was great. Yeah.
Good
You
shit,
catch me
bro.
around more for sure.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it valuable, and also found it entertaining. If you did, drop it a subscribe. We're gonna be having plenty of more good videos coming out, just like this one. But other than that, boys, I'll catch y'all later. Make sure you stay tan, jacked, and handsome, and be creating a badass life for yourself. Deuces.